Hey guys, welcome back. So today I wanted to take a few minutes to talk to you about hunger. Did you know that there are three types of hunger? Brain hunger, mouth hunger, and actual belly rumbling hunger. And being able to tell the difference between the three and knowing how to handle each one can make a huge difference to your weight loss journey. The psychology of weight loss is something that is an enormous part of it, but it's something that a lot of people don't concentrate on. They concentrate on the food, they concentrate on the activity, and they don't take the time or know how to really start getting into the mental and emotional side of things. And understanding hunger signals is one of the biggest ways to make a change for life, for real, so that you don't have to do this again. None of us want to lose the weight and have to come back and do it again. But unfortunately, there are times when we lose the weight and then we haven't changed our relationship with food. We haven't changed how we relate to it on an emotional level or on a mental level. And so we repeat the same pattern again. Hunger signals is one of the keys to changing this. So, three types. Brain hunger. Brain hunger is when your brain gets locked into, I want such and such. This generally tends to be a craving for something specific, and it can often be triggered by seeing an ad for something on TV, or we've gone through Facebook and we are seeing a recipe, or we see something that somebody's posted and we're like, ooh, that would be really good. I'm hungry now. But are you actually hungry? Or did we just trigger the pleasure center in the brain that we have associated to food, and now we think we're hungry when we're not? So if it is just your brain telling you that you're hungry, what do? Well, kind of like in dog training, you redirect. Find something else to do, something else to think about, or some other way to acknowledge and then move past what is not actual hunger. Because if you're eating when you're not hungry and you're eating because it sounds good, then you are going to intake more calories than you actually need to because we've triggered a craving. So mouth hunger is when you see or you smell what somebody else has and you think, oh, that would be really good. Oh, I really, really want that. And that is where we start getting the first of our physical reactions to that. Your taste buds kick in, your nose is kicked in, you're like, oh, that would be really, really nice. And you want the taste of it. Again, it's not that you're actually hungry, but your body says, feed me, give me this, especially when it is something that we have trouble with cravings wise. So if you are a chippy kind of person and somebody opens a bag of really strong smelling chips like Doritos, or if you are a sweet person and somebody comes out and they have, and you don't even have to be able to smell it. So for a lot of sweet people, sitting beside someone who's eating a bowl of ice cream can trigger mouth hunger because your mouth knows what that ice cream tastes like and you want it whether you're actually hungry or not. A good example of that, so everybody has their favorite kind of fast food go-to convenience. Some people it's a McDonald's thing, some people it's Chick-fil-A. For me, it's Taco Bell. Okay, that is, if you were going to say, where do you want to go fast food wise? And I didn't really have like a preference, I wasn't really wanting something specific, I will never say no to Taco Bell. I was with my family the other day, and unfortunately for me, because of all my autoimmune and food intolerance stuff, I can't eat out anymore. Everywhere that I go triggers big reactions. And the number of reactant triggers in Taco Bell is huge. Their Cantina Bowl, which I got on a regular basis, has 17 reactants in it. And so it's just really a no bueno from me. But I was out with the girls and they got Taco Bell, and I had brought with me things that I could have because I knew that we were going to be out for the day. But let me tell you, the smell of that, I was like, oh, I just really want it. And it wasn't that I was hungry. I was not physically hungry. But the smell triggered my mouth to want the taste of it, and that triggered my brain to go into this I want it, I want it, I want it. Okay? So, our brain hunger, when we see or think about or something like that, can be hard to control. Then you get the mouth involved on there as well. And both of these things make it extremely difficult to keep cravings under control when especially if you're tired or you are an emotional eater or you're stressed. And my pause here, my advice to you in that moment is that you know that eating something that is not on plan, that you don't track, or overeating something that you do is not going to change or make that situation better. So a lot of people will say, I eat when I'm stressed. I eat because I'm sad. I eat because I'm happy. And this is one of the things that we have to look at changing, because if we don't, then you are just going to continue in this pattern. And one of the ways of breaking this cycle is to be able to acknowledge, am I just hungry? Am I just thinking about food? Am I trying to use it as a coping mechanism? Because again, this is a brain hunger. Am I just wanting the taste of it because I'm now thinking about it? Or am I actually belly hungry? And belly hungry is the one that I want you to acknowledge, that I want you to become aware of, that I want you to tune into. So sometimes the way to identify which type of hunger it is to think about, if you're hungry, anything nutrient dense that you put in your belly as opposed to a craving is going to satisfy the physical side of that hunger. So eating an apple is going to satisfy physical hunger, even though it may not satisfy mouth or brain hunger. And if you are actually hungry, then being able to eat until that hunger signal itself is gone is all you need to do. A lot of times the most successful people in maintenance and the most successful fitness and wellness people will tell you that they no longer count calories, they don't weigh, track, or measure anything. And the reason that they don't is because they go, I eat whatever it is that I'm hungry for, but I know when to stop. And that is a very tricky and difficult thing for a lot of people to learn. Now, I am doing a 6-week mindfulness tip series, challenge series, which I will link to if you're interested in looking at how to develop these skills. But I just wanted to sort of stop and say, think about the next time that you want something food related. Are you actually hungry, physically hungry? Are you bored? Are you stressed? Are you emotional? And knowing which one of those it is, you can then either acknowledge it and eat something because you're actually hungry, or acknowledge it and redirect into something else if you're not. Doing that one thing can make such a huge, huge difference. So I hope that this gives you something to think about. I'd love to hear what you think about it. And if you are constantly fighting brain hunger, or if you've got it pretty well under control, drop me a note in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. and we will talk soon.